Hey guys, so I just wanted to quickly come on here and talk about a few things. The first thing I want to talk about is the stuff with me and Circle X and his friend, his old friend Austin, I guess. I'm just gonna quickly jump into it real fast. So, Circle X, obviously, it's a band, and they make beats just like I do. There's four of us, so if you don't count me, there's three. But so there's X, there's Nick, there's Austin, and then there's me. And X and Nick are brothers, and X and Austin are friends. And apparently, while making the first album, X would I don't know how true this is or not, but I guess X, he would tell Austin that his beats are trash, he's not worth it, and they're bad, and he's not good at it, and he's not gonna put his stuff on if you want to so call it record, and Austin got hurt, but Austin still was on the record. Austin wanted solo stuff. So basically the stuff that he was handing him, nobody else had nobody else was on the beat. And X didn't want that because if we're a band, he wanted all of us to be on him. And so Austin made a video basically saying that a certain amount of songs are his, and if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't be able to put out their album, which is a bunch of bull, because as you guys already know, me and X, we were talking, and he's like, hey dude, you want to join, blah blah blah, and I gave him parts of my beats to add to the beats that weren't finished. He was on them, yes, but the three beginning ones that he said that were his were not his. Me and X were on those. Those are old beats. And then after those three, he was on we all had some, I was on a few, me and X, Nick were on a few, and then just X and Nick, or just legit Nick and Austin. I forgot which one that was on though. I think that was For Good or something. I don't even remember. It was on something we all had our own thing. It just wasn't a solo. Even on My City, Circle X, on the last beat of Circle X's album, even I was on there. Even though it was mostly him, I just did a little part in the beginning, and then boom, done. The rest was him. So for the fact that he's trying to, I guess, say that the stuff that we did is his, that's messed up. But with the stuff that Austin was bringing to X, I don't know how true that is, because X said that he and I wasn't in any of the chats, so I can't clarify. I'm just letting y'all know. But basically, X, he always told me that he talked to everybody and they're happy with the beats and they're okay with the beats, and they want to go through with it and everything's good, everything's great. So then I was like, okay, cool, because I wasn't a part of the band, I wasn't in it. I just helped produce it. I helped with some beats, obviously. I added my touches to it, and that's about it. I never looked at myself like a part of the band. I never asked to be. He asked me. So I was like, okay, yeah, sure, why not? But he said Big A, that's his new name, Austin. Austin said in his YouTube bio that he's going to be coming after us, apparently. X already put out a track, but I kind of don't want to get involved with it, but if I do get involved with it, I'm going off, dude. I don't want to get involved with it, but I feel like he's gonna try to make me get involved with it. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, he said that not necessarily me, but that doesn't mean that he still won't come for me. You know, and I don't know anything in that. Like, honestly, even though I am friends with X and Nick, I do want to talk to Austin just to get both sides, because I talked to X, and X said that, you know, like, they were fine, they were cool, and he does admit that there was some tracks that, like, Austin did bring to him, and they were apparently just garbage. Like, he didn't want it, and he didn't want it on their album, their first album coming back, you know? Like, nobody wants that, and, you know, because you want your first album to be hard-hitting, you don't want garbage tracks on your first album. Like, you want all of it to be amazing. So he did say no to a few tracks, and he even said no to this one track. It was planned on to be on the deluxe, but that was before the first album even came out. But he said no to it, and it was Austin and X on it, but he said, like, he felt like it didn't, like, fit, and, like, at the end it kind of went all weird and wonky. So he said, no, we're not gonna put that on there. And, so, like, even there was some with X that he just didn't want to do, you know, and you can't really be mad at him, you know. But at the same time, they were a band. I don't know, man. But you know, if it was trash, it's trash. You know, you can't be mad at him. But I would like to talk to Austin just to see where things are at. You know, so X does admit that there was some tracks that he said no to, and he said that there were some tracks that he liked, but it was legit. Like, Austin was still, like, bringing him things. Like, it was like legit, like 3 days right before we had everything ready and we were about to release it. And he said, no, dude, like, everything's all put in order, everything just kind of fits, you know. And you know, Austin's like, alright, fine, whatever. So then put it out, and then there was this thing going on, and like I said, Austin starts, like, he left a comment on a video. I think it was on the music video or something, or it was on somebody's channel. I don't know if it was on Dad's or on Circles. And he said, like, oh yeah, you know, we're working on our album. My band, he said my band, and you know, we're working on the album, you know, like something, my album. Like he was taking all the credit for all of our, you know, like all of our work, and no, X didn't really like that. So I guess X called Austin because they share the account, and then he's like, dude, why are you saying it's yours? It's not yours, it's all of ours. And Austin basically said, yeah, but I'm just as much part of the band as you are. Like, it's not just your band, you know, it's my band. And then X says, well, yeah, but you should say, you know, like, our band, you know, our album. And Austin's like, so what, you know, who cares? Like, they know what we mean. And then X, I guess, got offended by it. Hold on, the clip's about to run out, I'm sorry. And, you know, they were arguing back on the phone, like, back and forth, and Austin basically said, like, you know, anyway, like, the album's trash, blah, 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 you know, my beats are better than yours anyway, like, I thought we were friends, I thought we were cool, and X was like, yeah, I thought we were cool too, blah, 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 you know, and they start going off, and, you know, X says, like, well, we don't need you in the band, we don't need you in the band, and Austin's like, oh, you're kicking me out, like why, like, you know, like, you guys aren't gonna do as well without me, you know, like, I brought, you know, something special to the band, and I'm not gonna lie, Austin did, you know, like, the tracks that he was in, he was good, he added, like, small touches, you know, like X and me would, like, make a beat, and then at the end of that, we would re-listen, I would add my touches to it, and, sometimes, like, and how we did it, like, first of all, how we did it is we sent it back and forth, because I don't know the kid in real life, like, they know each other in real life, obviously, but I don't, so, you know, we would send it over messaging, and you know, it was on Snapchat, so I unfortunately don't have it, but we would send it back and forth, and that's how we did it. But yeah, I would add my touches, and then Nick would be like, well, what if we add this? And then I was like, okay, yeah, cool, do that. There was this one beat. The reason the 2X freestyle wasn't supposed to be in there. There was a beat, but we didn't really like it and didn't really fit, because like all the beats on that album are like hard hitting, and then you have one like right in the middle that's like super soft, and we were like, nah. So then Austin likes Lil Darky, so he's like, guys. So he did ask to have that on there. So and it kind of like when you listen to it, you kind of get the feel of the whole album. Like you listen to the whole album the first time, then you get to the 2K skit, and then you get a feel for the rest of the album, and then you re-listen to the album again, and you know how like the album is supposed to feel and how it's supposed to flow. It's supposed to feel hard, and it's supposed to just go freaking crazy, So GG's for Austin on that one. I don't really want to pick sides, like I said, I don't want to get in the middle of it, but I would like to talk to Austin now about a few things, but I don't know how I would get a hold of him though. I'll have to talk to X, but I don't want X to get upset at me as well, but I want to talk about another thing real fast. I want to talk about X's album that he was supposed to put out, and like I already said, we all know this. X wanted to put out an album again, like a second one, like legit, like a week or two from each other, because he's been gone since like 2015. He feels like he owes his fans that are coming back something, So while that was going on, actually not moving on because it's stuff to do with Austin. Austin was reporting his channal like constantly. He got a strike, and he's forced to take it down, and he can upload like certain things. Like he uploaded a single, but he can't upload another album for a while. Like I guess like I don't know, because the way he described it to me is like the way like he's never gonna be able to like put out like another album again. Like that. Well, I feel like he was milking it, because nobody really says like, hey, you can't put out another. I don't know, dude. I seriously don't know. But like I guess like the album has to be on hold for like the rest of the year, and it's gonna be coming out next year with the album, and I don't know what's going on, or he's just gonna make a whole new album, and he says that he's like done for the rest of the year, except like if if Austin wants to come at him, then he can come at him, and then I'm like, oh, whatever. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I do just want to quickly say, yeah, there's not gonna be another album from him at all this year, but he's really sad about that, but yeah, but about my album though, I'm supposed to be having an album coming out in October, which you guys are looking at the album cover right now. That's the album cover for it, but I have to hold off a little bit. I have to wait till like October. Not October. I gotta wait till like September, November. I'll wait till November. Because I did just kind of release my second album, but I do want to have some space in between it. But for the meanwhile, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing like this little mini podcast talk stuff, and uploading like music games on here and having fun, and I hope you guys are enjoying those. But yeah, it's fun. I like what I'm turning this channel into. It's a music, it's a podcast. It's a little bit of everything. You got games, you got music, you got me, you got albums, you got singles. Which speaking of albums and singles, so I have to delete all my EPs. because I don't know, man. It's weird. It's just that, like, even though those EPs did make me, I don't want them, dude. Like, they just sound bad. Like, it's a me thing. Nobody's making me do it. It's just for me. Like, I just kind of want to get rid of them. Like, even though they are cool to go back and listen to, I kind of want to focus on the new stuff, dude. I don't know. It's weird. I really don't like my EPs. I seriously hate them. Like, I do like my second EP, Eye of the Storm. Boom, perfect. But if you guys like any of my old EP beats, you better go through and start screen recording and start like copying them, and because they're gonna be gone soon. Unfortunately, that means Swan Songs is going to be gone. I'm sitting in water right now. My butt is wet. That's lovely. That's nice. I'm soaked. My butt is drenched. Nice. Well, because of that, I have to go. Like, I'm soaked. My butt is, like, completely wet, dude. Like, I'm drowning. So, I'm gonna cut it short. This isn't fun.